Hey best friend, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another story time. I know that this is y'all's favorite because y'all are messy like me. So I know it ain't Christmas, but I'm going to be enjoying myself a little Sour Patch Kid candy cane throughout this story. So definitely get your wine and get your snacks and everything you need. Okay, every time I try to open up candy canes, I always break them. Every single time. I have never gotten a candy cane out of the wrapper, like full candy cane status. Never. So welcome back to my channel, bestie, if you're returning. And if you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Nikki. I tell stories, advice videos, fashion videos, hair videos, makeup videos, all kinds of videos here. So if you like any of that stuff, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Also, before we get further into this video, here are my socials if you like some more Nikki in your life. So make sure you give me a follow over there to stay in the know. Also, I need you to give me a follow over there to submit your Glamazon shot. Yes! I always pick on the day of filming or the night of filming in this case. And I toggle between my Instagram and my Twitter. I feel like I picked through Instagram last time, so I'm gonna go through my Twitter and give my Twitter homies some love. If you want your shot at being my Glamazon shot of the day, it's super simple. Just send me your cutest selfie and hashtag Glamazon shot. Make sure you tag your girl so I know you one of my home skillet biscuits, okay? Oh my God, stop it right now. Look at this. See, this is what I'm talking. I just love it. It is just so, yes. Okay, everybody say what's up to our girl, Kayla. You can find her on Twitter at Kayla with 2 A's 336, and she said, I spent my entire life waiting to be a Glamazon shot of the day. I love you, Nikki. Thank you so much, girl. Yes, this is your moment. You look so amazing. Thank you so much for just sharing your beautiful face with me and just letting me know you one of my ride or dies. I really appreciate it. You guys know that I would not be here without you, and I could not do this without each and every one of you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now let's get into the story time, girl, and I'm about to tell y'all how these girls really plotted and planned to jump me. And like straight up, I'm gonna have a lot to say in this video, okay? Hold up. I'm gonna have a lot to say in this video because as a person, this is something that I cannot stand, and it will make me fight every single time. It will bring out the worst in me because I can't stand it. I cannot. Story takes place a few years back, and this was like before David and I had Ezra and Mila. Oh my God, can you imagine? Like, I can't even imagine. Also, this story takes place before we moved out of our shitty apartment. So if you guys have been with me for a minute, y'all know how long ago that was. I want to say it was like literally right before we moved into our current place. But anyways, girl, it was back in the day. Let's kind of paint the picture. So David used to play flag football, and he has a friend. We will call him Michael, and Michael is a childhood friend of David's. You know, they've just stayed friends ever since. So David and Michael, you know, would always play flag football together. They were always on the same team every single year. So David would play 2 seasons out of the year back then. So every week on Sunday mornings, David would have flag football games, and I would try to make every single one of them because I love supporting my mans. I just love being on the sideline, being like, yes, babe, you better get the ball, run the ball. Touchdown. Kind of got to know David's friends, and it was a really good time. Anyways, Michael ended up venturing into a new type of business, and he started working at one of the hottest clubs in Denver at that time. And he was working security, and he had been doing this at this point for, I mean, a few years. Of course, us having a homie that works at the club, we treated it the same way that they treated me when I worked at the strip club. So of course, knowing that Michael works at this club, we knew immediately, you know, and he let us know, if y'all ever want to come by, y'all can get free entrance, like y'all just let me know, right? So, you know, of course, David and I, we worked a lot back then. So could we go out? Yes, but we had to really plan it because we either had work or we had Julian. Now, you guys know that I am born and raised in Dallas, and my brother even more so. When I moved with my mom here when I was 12, my brother stayed behind because at that time he was already an adult, and he already he had his relationship, he had his whole life in Dallas. So he stayed there. And for 10 years, I lived without my brother. We stayed close, but our relationship definitely wasn't where it used to be, and I missed him a lot. So fast forward, girl, and he starts talking to me about quite possibly moving here. And honestly, I was like, don't play with me like that. Like, don't play with me like that. Like, you know that I miss you so much. And, you know, my mom and I would hype up Denver because it is beautiful here. And he was like, no, for real. Like, I really am thinking about moving there. And so, girl, sure enough, fast forward a few months and my brother is moving here. Okay. So I'm like so excited, and he ends up moving literally like a block away from me. My brother was right there all of a sudden, and I was so happy. My brother was there when David proposed, and like I finally had like this sense of family that I was looking for from when I was little. Anyways, so I'm like on cloud nine. I start doing everything with my brother. We start working out together. We start going to lunch together. We start, you know, shopping at Walmart together. Like, we're just like together all the time, and I just wanted so much time with him. And you know, so he's getting established here. He already has his job at home at that time, and even now. So, you know, my brother's always been a hustler, right? So he already had a job when he got here because his job was completely remote. If we have some free time, we could always make a little extra coin. So he had his normal job at the time, and myself and David and my brother, we were all like weight training together every single day at our gym. So we would all meet up. They would hold me accountable. We would all hold each other accountable. So my brother especially, he whipped my ass into shape, right? So we hang out every single day. And another person that went to that gym was Michael. So he would go there to work out, play basketball, right? So him and David and my brother started hanging out a lot more as well. Well, as time went on, I guess the boys started talking or whatever, and Michael was telling my brother about what he does for a living. And he was like, yeah, you know, I work security at this place. Now, my brother is humongous, okay? My brother's like 6'3", almost 6'4". He's not big this way. He's just big this way, right? So he's just really, really tall. And I'm not going to lie, my brother kind of looks intimidating if you just see him on the streets, but he is the nicest, most good-hearted person that you'll ever meet in your life. Now, although he's all those things and he's great and everything, if he is pissed, you do not want to be in his line of sight, okay? Michael sees my brother, meets him, gets to know him. Well, I guess they had an opening at the club that he worked at. So the first person that he comes to is my brother because he's huge. And so, you know, he starts talking to my brother about this opening at his job. So Michael made it really simple. He was like, hey, if you find that you have some availability during the weekend at night, you hit me up, let me know, and I can put you on the schedule for that night's quick money. So my brother starts talking about it, and he asked me and David, have you guys ever been to this club? And we were like, yeah, you know, it's pretty chill. Like, it's smaller, but, you know, it can get a little crazy. But when we've gone, we've had fun. So I was like, do it. Like, how fun, you know, like you get to be out there with your friends and like meeting all kinds of people. And at this time, my brother was single. Okay. So this was perfection. I was like, yes, do it. Go like be security, meet people. You know what I'm saying? So he ends up talking to Michael and they make it happen. And my brother starts working at this club at nights and on the weekends, right? He started noticing that, you know, some people would tip him at the door and, you know, people are real giving when they're drinking. So he was making some good ass money, right? Now, fast forward, my brother's already working there. All of this already happened. And fast forward, and one of my friends got a hold of me. She's been a friend of mine since, at this point, she and I had been friends for a few years, and she hits me up and she's like, hey, what's up? You know, my birthday's coming up. You know, I just wanted to let you know we're going to be having like a little party at this club, and, you know, I just wanted to invite you and see if you could come. And I was like, dude, yes, of course. Like, this was the same friend that I would help out at fashion shows and catalog shoots and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, girl, I'll be there. What's up? So we have this plan, and then David's younger sister, Alex, she ended up coming with us to the club, and she found out that we were going, and she was like, can I come? And I was like, yeah, girl. So David's little sister came over to our apartment. I did her hair, I did her makeup, I put her in a cute little dress, and I was like, yes, this was the first time that she and I were gonna go clubbing together. Y'all, I was so excited, right? So we get ready, we leave, I don't know, like 11:30, and we head downtown. We get there, we park, and we start walking up towards the club. So she and I walk, and the club is on the right-hand side. We walk up, and I see my brother. I could see him a mile away, girl. He is so tall. Side note, it was really hard because at this time, you know, my brother and I, we spent a decade apart. So by the time he came back, I was grown-a-kids. So this was the first time that he was seeing me in a relationship. This was the first time that he was seeing me, like, woman status, and this was also the first time that he was seeing me looking all snatched in a little bitty dress. Okay, let's be real. So when I was walking up, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna say something about my dress. I'm like, what the fuck? So I saw his frowny face and I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be in trouble, right? Finally, I get closer to him and his whole face changes. He's like, hey mama, you look so beautiful. And I was like, oh thanks. And you know, he hugs me and I'm like, thank God, right? Meanwhile, y'all, there are people standing in line to get into this club. And so I did. We felt very special and like people were getting all pissed and I was like, hey. He lets us directly in, and the first stop that we make is at the bar, obviously. So we go to the bar, I order us some drinks, and you know, the bartender makes our drinks. We start, you know, kind of getting into the groove. Y'all, I knew the DJ that was playing that night. I knew some of the security guards that were that worked there, and then also my group of friends were there. My mans was there. Everybody, like I felt like everybody was there. Like it was popping. Everything was super chill. Now, let me just explain the layout to you of this club because it is really small and it don't make no sense. So when you walk in, like the minute that you walk in, you are in the actual main area of the club because it is one room, the whole club, one room, okay? You have a big bar that takes up one whole wall. So that wall is completely taken. You have a bunch of people congregating right there, which I think is stupid because it's right by the front door. Then they have like VIP that's up against the other two walls. Basically, you just have like lounging chairs and a few little tables and that's VIP. And the rest of the area, the rest of the room is standing area and that's the regular club. So it's all in one fucking spot, everything. Now, like I said, there was a line outside when we got there. So there are people that are waiting to get inside and there are people that are waiting because this place is fucking full already. And like, it's the beginning of the night. Like, it's not even that late. You know what I mean? Fast forward, I don't even know how much time. And I see my brother's head floating through the crowd. And he comes up to us and he gives me another hug. And he was like, you know, how y'all feeling? You know, y'all having fun? And I was like, yeah, you know, we're having so much fun. And he was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm working VIP now. So his job was to make sure that nobody was hopping the ropes into VIP. So he didn't have to stand at the door no more. And he was literally right there. And so I had to really kind of like tone down, like, you know, my twerking and stuff because my brother is right there. So I'm like dancing with David, like doing a little two-step or whatever. Of course, that things can't just be simple. Things can't just stay a good time with me. Y'all know this, okay? Something always has to motherfucking happen. Fast forward, okay? And more people are coming in and I see this group of girls. It's like 4 or 5 of them and they're Mexican girls. They range from all ages and sizes and they come onto the dance floor and they're just like really loud and they're kind of rude and they're like, hey, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, okay, I need this, excuse me. They were forcing themselves onto the dance floor and so, you know, all of us kind of step aside. I'm not trying to have no issues right now. I'm just trying to have a good time. And they come onto the dance floor and they start doing the most, of course. We decide to mind our motherfucking business because I tend to mind my business. So Fran is doing such a good job and I swear the music was just hitting right and everybody's like going crazy and everybody's dancing and it's such a good time. At this point, you know, I'm 2 cocktails in, bitch. I think I took a shot, like, you know, I'm feeling good. So I start like busting it down and just like, you know, just like really doing the most with David, right? You know, doing my thing and, you know, I'm twerking on my man. That's what I'm doing, okay? Grown. I literally felt David's whole body like jolting into me, like into my ass and into my back, like in not a good way, okay? And so, you know, I'm looking back and I'm like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I just keep getting bumped into. And I was like, oh. So I kind of like moved him over to the side. I was like, okay, this should be better. So, you know, we keep dancing. And again, I feel his whole body moving like toward me and like almost like someone's pushing him from behind. And there's so many people around that David's like, he's kind of like going like this, and he sees a lot of people and he's just attributing it to, I'm getting bumped into. And I was like, okay, well, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm just like getting really frustrated. David does not like that. He does not like his personal space being meddled with. He was just like, what the fuck, you know? So he kind of like started getting an attitude, and I was like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, you know, it's a club. It's gonna be fine. Like, just focus on me. Getting him into a better mood, and you know, I'm looking at him, and I turn around, you know, I'm doing my thing again, and a few minutes passed, and then I feel it again. I feel David's whole body come up against me and my body. And in that moment, I turned around, like in 2.5 seconds, I like turned around. It's really somebody bumping into my man, like what the fuck, you know? So I turn around kind of irritated, and tell me why I see a bitch's hand on my husband's shoulder, bitch. I see her fucking nails. I see her whole ass hand, and she's got my husband by his shoulders, and she's doing this to his back. To his back. To his back, okay? So she has him, and she's pulling his shoulder, and she's like doing the most, right? And he's like, what the fuck? Trying to like look around to see, and this bitch is short, okay? So I can't even see her at first, and I'm like, who the fuck is doing that? And David was like, I don't know. Y'all, the minute I say that, she lets go of him, and this bitch turns around and puts her ass on my husband and starts twerking on his back, and she's like, hey. David's whole body is going like this and jolting because this bitch is just full on twerking all over him, grabbing his shoulder, grinding on his back, like the whole thing. What the fuck, man? Like, I'm not about this sandwiching life, okay? Like, I don't do that shit. What the fuck? So I see it. Alex, my sister-in-law, sees it, and she's like, what the fuck is that? And she was like, hello, he's with somebody. Y'all, I can't. There's a lot of things that I can put up with, but that shit, I cannot. I literally grabbed David by his shirt, and like, I moved him out of the way, and I was like, no ma'am, no. I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Literally, y'all, when I moved him out of the way, she was like in the crouching stance. Bitch, hold up. She was like this. She was like this. I straight up told her, I was like, don't fucking do that. I was like, I know that you have seen me with him. We didn't just meet, bitch. We've been together. This is my man. You need to find somebody else to fucking dance with. I'm not cool with this. I was like, sweetheart, I do not share, okay? This bitch gets up from her little crouch stance, and she's all of 5 foot something, okay? I am taller than her. So she stands up and she's like, the fuck? And I was like, the fuck is right. I was like, I'm not gonna tell you again. Like, you've been doing this shit 2 songs now, and like, I'm over it. Stop fucking doing that. When I saw her attitude towards me, she like looked me up and down, and I was like, bitch, what? Like, don't fucking look at me up and down like you don't know what the fuck you're talking to, bitch. Me? Like, what the fuck? Y'all, all hell broke loose. She was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, you want to find out? Keep fucking doing that shit. I was like, I'm not here to play with you, straight up. She was like, whatever. Ain't nobody scared of you. I was like, bitch, ain't nobody fucking scared of your roly-poly ass either. So like, it is what it is. I was talking shit to her, and I was like, look, it ain't my fault that you can't find somebody to fucking dance with. It's not my fault that nobody's asking you to dance. It's not my fault that you're not getting attention from nobody else. But you see this one here, this one is mine, and I do not fucking share, and I'm not gonna be putting up with this shit from you, so fucking stop. You need to find somebody else to be grinding up on, because my man ain't it. And she was one of them bitches that she was like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. What you gonna do? I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. She starts clapping and like doing the most, and like, you know, I was like and I literally looked at her and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you are mad at me because I don't want you fucking grinding on my longtime boyfriend. That's what you're fucking mad about? I was like, get the fuck out of here with that. It's not my fault that you don't have a relationship. You ain't got a man's. You ain't got nobody. Not my fucking fault, right? So I'm saying that, and her friends are literally pulling her away. And I was like, now let her go. Let her go. Let her the fuck go. I hate when y'all fucking do that. Like, if she wants to come at me, let her come at me. But like, this whole holding her back shit, too much. It's too much. If she wanted to do something, she could have by now. But y'all are doing the most. So there's this whole commotion and she's being pulled back. She's like, whatever, bitch. I'll beat your ass. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Ain't nobody scared of you. I was like, bitch, where? With your no rhythm having ass. I don't know what beat you're hearing, but it sure as hell ain't this one. Y'all, I was like talking so much shit. I was like, bitch, you need to fucking figure that shit out. And that's probably why you ain't got a man's. And like, oh, girl. David is literally standing right next to me. And he's like, babe, it's all good. And I was like, yeah, I know it's all good. I'm just letting her know what's up with it. I said what I said. So it is what it is. And like, I'm not tripping. She's the one who's tripping. So, you know, she gets all hype and mad. And like, so y'all, she gets so fucking pissed. And she's like red in the face that her friends pull her away from me. And I'm like, whatever, man. Like, I wasn't even letting it get to me like that. I was like, it is what it is. I told you this is my man's. Don't fucking do that shit. Go find somebody else to dance with. I don't play that. You got the wrong motherfucking one. I told you. And it's done. Her friends decided to be fucking dramatic, pull her away. And I didn't even know where they went after that, right? So they just kind of like disappear into the crowd. Literally turned around and talked to Alex and David. And I was like, bitch is crazy or whatever. And that was it. And that's all, right? Or so I thought. Fast forward, my brother asks me and David and Alex to stay behind until they close so that my brother could like walk out with us and leave with us. Maybe we could go get some food because we literally live right down the street from each other. So we were like, yeah, of course. I'm sitting there waiting for my brother to get off work. And my brother comes up to me after he had clocked out and he's like putting on his jacket. And he was like, yo, what the fuck happened? And I was like, what you talking about? And he was like, on the dance floor, like, don't act stupid. And I was like, oh. And like, honestly, y'all, I have interactions with girls like that all the time when I went out to the club. Like, it wasn't always pleasant. And you have your words and then you take off and you move on. Like, it's never that big of a deal. So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, are you talking about that girl? And he was like, yeah, like the commotion or whatever, like he was about to fight. And I was like, no, like she thought that I was going to fucking fight her crazy ass. But like, it was very simple. So I told my brother and I was like, you know, I just don't play that. And, you know, I said that and she got mad about it, but I'm not tripping. Like, don't even worry about it. And he was like, nah, I was fucking worried about it. And I was like, why? He said, because I saw them all go into the bathroom after that argument with you. And I was like, okay. He said, and then some girl came out and came directly to me because he's security. And apparently this girl was saying that she went to the bathroom and that there are girls in there that are really fucking pissed and that they're planning on jumping somebody. She heard that they were planning on fighting somebody and like she used the word jumping somebody, right? Unbeknownst to me, bitch, my brother got so fucking pissed that he went into the bathroom, into the women's bathroom and busted in there. Apparently he sees all those girls at the sink, right? And they're like talking real loud. And he went up to them and he was like, you know, what's up? Like, I heard that y'all had an issue. I work here. I'm security. Like, what's up? Do I need to be concerned? Da, 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 right? Apparently, the girl that was dancing on David, she looked at my brother and she was like, oh, everything's good. It's like, I don't know what you heard, but me and my girls are just about to jump that little bitch outside. I can't fucking stand her. Like, I swear that bitch is ours when she fucking walks out of here and this and that. And so my brother, he's like sitting there and he's like listening. He was like, you know, I let her finish her whole spiel. She's pissed because you told her this and that. And like, you told her off. And, you know, I let her finish and you a bitch and you this and you're that. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. My brother like sat there and he was like, all right. He was like, well, that bitch out there is my little sister. And you and them ain't gonna do motherfucking shit to her. Do you understand? He was like, I swear to God, I'll have y'all thrown out of here in 2.5 fucking seconds. Don't try that shit. He was like, straight up, you gonna sit there and try to fucking jump my sister? What, you can't take her one-on-one? You fucking scared? So he starts talking shit to her. Y'all, this bitch gets so mad. And she was like, no, fuck you. And he was like, bitch, fuck you. He was like, actually, fuck you and all your little ugly ass motherfucking friends. Get the fuck out of my club. Y'all, he had him and two of his homeboy security guards take them out of the bathroom and escorted them out of the fucking club. Like, he threw them out of the fucking club. Y'all, I didn't even know that any of this happened. I didn't see this happen. I didn't hear it. I was so oblivious to any of this happening. He was like, dude, straight up, if I wasn't here, they were all fucking planning to jump you. And it was like 4 of them. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I'm sitting there and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He was like, what happened? Like, what did you say to her? So I explained the whole thing or whatever. And my brother just kind of sat there. He was like, you ain't have to tell her that nobody wanted to dance with her. And I was like, because nobody wanted to fucking dance with her. I was like, it's not my fault. You know, like, I said what I said. And you know what? At the end of the day, obviously, she was having a problem having anybody fucking dance with her, for her to be sitting up there grinding on the back of my man. Like, you didn't even want to try to get his attention, like, because you know already. Like, my brother ends up throwing these girls out of the club. And although I appreciate it, I love my brother for that. He will go to the ends of the earth for me. He will go against any motherfucking body. And the fact that they had my big ass brother roll up on them and be like, y'all bitches ain't doing motherfucking shit. Like, I really appreciated that. Y'all, I got so fucking mad, and I was like on the street and I was like, I wish a bitch would. And like, I just started fucking losing my shit, because this has been this has been the issue since jump, okay? And this is the shit that I don't like. And let me tell you why. Just because you get upset with somebody, I don't care what they say to you. I don't care. If it's a one person, this is one person. If you are sitting up there getting you and all your little fucking friends riled up, and y'all together make the fucking decision to jump this person, y'all some little bitches. Y'all ain't got it like that. Y'all don't know nothing about this life. For y'all to sit here and try to jump somebody, oh no ma'am. And you see, I got really upset about this because this was happening to me since I moved here. And like, where I came from, literally in my neighborhood, the schools that I went to, everybody had a rule. You don't jump nobody, because even if you did jump somebody and you won, you didn't really win. And like, nobody saw that as anything to respect at all. So the rule was always one-on-one. Nobody else fucking fights. It's just one-on-one. And if somebody else tries to jump in, then your friend can jump in. But that was always the rule. Here in Denver, bitch, no. Here in Denver, bitches will jump you. If y'all remember correctly, a lot of y'all found me from my Finding the Pregnant Girl story time. And guess what that was? A group of little girls trying to jump me at the park. Every school that I went to, especially my shitty school. Do you know how many times I heard that as a threat? Me and my cousin's gonna jump you. I'm about to call my cousins. I'm about to call my sister. I'm about to call this person, that person, and we gonna see you after school. As a person that moved here from out of state, that had no cousins, no siblings here, nobody that had my back like that, I really resented girls that did shit like that. I really did. I do to this day, because that means that you can't handle your own shit and you're scared. And for her to have been that afraid of me and taking me on one-on-one, even if you are mad about it, and all of y'all are in agreement that y'all are going to jump somebody, I have absolutely no respect for anybody that does that. Anybody, bitch. Nobody. It just bothered me that my brother was right. If he would not have been there that night, I would have probably got jumped by some Denver girls, because that's what they like to do. I don't know about all Denver girls. What I'm telling you is, I know my experience, and I'll stand by this 100%. Since I moved here, I have been threatened to be jumped, not fought, one-on-one. Never that. Whether it was in the center of Denver, whether it was in Aurora, whether it was in Thornton, whether it was in Lakewood, whether it was in Wheat Ridge, anywhere in the Colorado vicinity, all these girls had the same mentality of jumping people. And I was like, I am so sick of this. I am so sick of it. And I told my brother, I was like, I'm so tired of the type of mentality that girls have here. I was like, they really don't fight fair. And I told my brother everything that night. And I was like, all this time that we've been separated, and when I was in high school, that's all I heard. was that I was going to get jumped. And I had to get to the point where I used to tell people, I don't really give a fuck. If your cousin wants to fight me, if your other cousin, your sister, your auntie, I don't care. I will fight y'all one-on-one. I would straight up be like, if y'all try to jump me, y'all little bitches, I'm gonna just be real with you. And it made me feel really helpless and like really outcasted and really alone. And sometimes, bitch, when I was in high school, scared. I felt scared because when you come to a new state and you don't know anybody, and then everybody that you meet that you don't get along with right away, or maybe you have a difference of an opinion or whatever, their first inclination is to jump you. Like, it's a problem. And I sat there and I was like, wow, I was going to get jumped by a group of girls simply because I did not appreciate a strange ass woman dancing all over my man in front of me at a club. I wasn't fine with the twerkation of it all. I wasn't fine with the touching of it all. I wasn't fine with the grinding of it all. So by all means, jump me because I stood my ground. I required that respect out of you as this man's woman, and you will not do that here. Not with him. And you know what? I kept that shit real simple until she started coming at me sideways. And the minute that you cross that line with me and you try to like demean me or degrade me or talk shit to me, trust and believe me, I'm gonna take it there. At that point, no holds barred, I'm gonna make you cry. And I will get under your skin, but it still does not give you the right to try to fucking coerce your other friends to jump me. And just because I hurt your little fucking feelings, and just because I said it for what it is, oh, now you're really upset and you need your girls to help you jump me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I will never respect it. And that's just what it is. So that's my experience. That was my experience the entire time. Like when I moved here up until, my early adulthood, girls have always threatened to jump me. They got an even bigger kick out of it when they found out that I didn't have anybody here. So that's my story, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a like if you did. It really helps out the algorithm, y'all. Thank you so much in advance. Also, make sure you comment down below. I know that unfortunately, I'm not the only person that has been threatened with this or has gone through this, like being jumped. And trust me, I feel you, I see you. Let me know your stories down below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you be a part of my glam fam. And so yeah, that is my story today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself and had yourself a good old time with your wine and your snacks. I love you guys so much, and I will see your fine ass in my next video. Peace out, y'all.